What's going on, family? I'm Scrapbook Boxing, Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuff series. I want to continue to examine 100 years of the greatest 150 black fighters of all time. So I'm going to take a look at Ismael Laguna. He was most famous for his three-fight series with the Puerto Rican star Carlos Ortiz. And he would defeat Carlos Ortiz April 10th, 1965, and win the World Lightweight Championship strap in Panama City, Panama. Defeat him in 15 rounds. But Ismael Laguna was a pretty good fighter. He would win the Panamanian Featherweight Championship belt September 16, 1962, over Pedro Ortiz in Panama City, Panama. He was stopped in 7 rounds. Also been in the ring with Bobby Gray. January 20th, 1963, he would knock him out in 9 rounds. But the most famous fights that he would partake in would be the Carlos Ortiz fights. They would also take on Nicolino Loche, July 17, 1965, in Buenos Aires, and it would be a 10-round draw. But then November 13, 1965, he would once again take on Carlos Ortiz in San Juan, Puerto Rico. He would lose to him in 15 rounds and lose his opportunity at the World Lightweight Championship belt again. But then he would redeem himself February 19, 1966, with a victory over Carlos Hernandez in Panama. He would knock him out in 8 rounds, and that was a very good victory for Ismael Laguna. But then he would lose to Little Flash Olarte, March 19, 1966, in Manila, Philippines. He would lose to him in 10 rounds. But then he would have one more good victory, but then he would lose August 16, 1967, to the Puerto Rican star, World Lightweight Champion, Carlos Ortiz. Lose to him in New York's Madison Square Garden in 15 rounds. Carlos Ortiz was from the Bronx, New York. At the end of his career, he would drive a taxi cab. And Carlos Ortiz was a very, very good fighter. He was the first Puerto Rican lightweight champion in boxing. And he would grab that title from Old Bones Joe Brown, Las Vegas, Nevada. Ortiz would train in Gleason's Gym, located on 149th Street and 3rd Avenue. He would train with Kenny Lane and Jake LaMotta, many others. But Carlos Ortiz is a very good humanitarian. Showed me a lot of tricks on a heavy bag. Talked to him all the time. Very easy to talk to. He knew my dad very well. And he was training a guy by the name of Stephon Johnson, a good friend of mine, R.I.P. to him. But I've always liked Carlos Ortiz as a fighter and as a humanitarian. But he would lose 1 out of 3 fights with Ismael Laguna. Laguna would then take on Paul Armstead, Panama City. He would defeat him in 10 rounds, October 28, 1967. Very good fighter was Ismael Laguna. I do want to place him in 100 years of the greatest 150 great fighters, black fighters of all times. Shout out to Ismael Laguna.